Music legend Gregg Allman has died. He was 69. When it came to the Allman Brothers Band, he played on everything. They were the quintessential Southern rock band, even though Gregg really disliked that tag. His management confirmed his death today, saying Allman passed away peacefully at his home in Savannah, Georgia. Gregg struggled with health issues over the past several years. During that time, Gregg considered being on the road playing music with his brothers and solo band for his beloved fans, essential medicine for his soul. Playing music lifted him up and kept him going during the toughest of times. He was born Gregory LeNoir Allman on December 8, 1947 in Nashville, Tennessee, and he was always the main vocalist and composer of the Allman Brothers Band. For a lot of years, the group had that Three Musketeers motto, all for one and one for all. They lived together, played, traveled together, partied together, which, if you're starting a band, makes it a little easier. We were talking 1969 here. They were starving, malnourished, and looking for an audience. And of course they stayed up all night. When they weren't playing, they were partying. Dwayne Allman's vision of the band was to have a different group, with 2 lead guitarists and 2 drummers. They even toyed with calling themselves Beelzebub. Those 2 first Allman Brothers Band LPs, the self-titled debut from '69, and 1970's Idlewild South, were not really big hits at first. Even though they had classic tunes on both, the first had Whipping Post, which Rolling Stone magazine called an enduring anthem, rife with tormented blues ballad imagery. It also contained Muddy Waters' classic Trouble No More. Idlewild South had Midnight Rider, which Gregg Allman called the song I'm most proud of in my career. It also featured a future concert mainstay, In the Memory of Elizabeth Reed, a jazz-flavored groovy instrumental. The architects of Southern rock, however, found their footing on their 3rd album. Gregg Allman one day had a light bulb moment where he realized that even if they didn't have hits, even if their albums didn't sell as well as they wanted to, they'd always make a living on the road. That audience was growing all the time, and he thought, maybe it's time for a live album. In July 1971, they released At Fillmore East. It's considered one of the best live albums of all time. It peaked at number 13, their highest at that point, and everything they had was on that album.
Good to be back here at Wild Adventures, and you know what, today, actually this afternoon, we lost a great friend of ours and a great man, Mr. Gregg Allman, went on up to heaven, and I don't know if any of you guys know that, but we'd like to do a little bit of moment of silence for Mr. Gregg Allman. How about that? That's long enough, Greg. We won't. Come on, y'all give it up. Y'all give a hand to Gregg Allman. God rest his soul. I know he's over there. They're having one hell of a jam session tonight, I can tell you that. But how many of you folks still believe in our great country? Anybody still believe in our great country? We do. Anybody got anybody serving in our military? Anybody just raise your hand? Y'all thought 110 behind 110.
No matter how many times we played the same fucking set, and they thought that was Superman. I just read the fucking set. How many times have we played the fucking set? You know what I'm saying? I should have this in my set.
Now listen, every night we dedicate this to our troops and their families. But tonight, like I said, I want to dedicate it to Gregg Allman from the Allman Brothers Band. And also I want to do this too. I want to dedicate it to our first responders, our police officers, our firemen. Don't give it up for them. Y'all wake up. That ain't good enough. Come on. That's all right. And when we get to the chorus of this next song, you guys sing it really loud. You're diehard Leonard Skinner fans, right? Ladies? You're going to know this. One of our favorites to do for you tonight. This goes out to our troops who have served, who are serving now, and will serve our great country, no matter where they are tonight. May God bless Each and every one of them. Amen.